Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM Clear Channel Studios, streaming at iHeart as well as yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined on the show with the next two segments. John Blaisure, President, CEO, Max Sound Corporation, MAXD, the symbol. All right, John, welcome back. How have you been?
Great. I've been doing fine. How have you been?
All right, good. Things are really looking up here. John, if you could, it's been a little while since you've been on the show. Give our audience a little background on yourself, and I'd certainly love to jump right into what MAXD is.
Sure, absolutely. I basically have been in the technology sector for over 25 years. I have been a founder and chairman and CEO of startup technology companies that have basically been drivers in industry. And MAXD is basically a technology that restores all audio to HD quality audio.
All right. How do people experience it though? Because it's more, it's almost like you are for television. You're the HD for audio.
That's right. I mean, that's exactly what we are. And there's several ways you can experience MAXD right now. One is if you have an Android phone, you can go to the Google Play, and you can search for Spins HD, so it's S-P-I-N-S space HD, and up will come our mobile HD audio player app. And you can download that app, and it will play all MP3 music on your device in MAXD. And another way to do it is you can go to our website, which is maxsound.com, and we have an area there where you can demo the MAXD experience from movies to music to games. Okay. And we will be coming out with an app shortly, and it will be coming out on iPhone.
Okay, perfect. That's wonderful. I know all the Mac and the Apple users love to hear that because this stuff is amazing. You have recently move forward with Acumen on a licensing agreement you announced on May 28th. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this is a very exciting time for us, and this licensing really sets the table to start moving in the direction of what I've been talking about, which is we truly are the first consumer audio brand. And, we spent over a year with Qualcomm porting over to their Snapdragon 8900 series chip. And we were in a market where, we were dealing with some of the biggest players, as you can imagine, in producing smart devices and tablets. And basically, our competitors in the audio industry were getting paid dimes a chip for an audio technology that were put forth on these devices. And this Acumen deal really sets the bar for us because we're now moving into a space where we actually are going to have our logo on the phone itself, on the exterior of the phone. It's going to be, very clear to the consumer that this phone is powered by MAXD. And on top of that, we're getting paid a licensing fee that really is many times higher than what we would have seen in the industry with the chips and Qualcomm. So it's a very exciting time for this. And what's important to understand about this phone is imagine a phone the size right now of your normal Android phone, but imagine that you can display any size HD video screen up to 10 by 10 feet in 1920 by 1080p HD video from the device. And at the same time, you can now have all your audio in high definition, almost studio quality, lifelike audio from your phone. Imagine a device like that. And that device now is real. I actually am holding one in my hand while I talk to you. And if you want to learn more about this phone, you can go to acumen.com. It's AKYUMEN.com. And this phone right now is going through certification in Asia. We expect the first launch to be in Q4. It'll be going through the Singtel carrier network, and it'll be available to up to 550 million subscribers initially. It will then go through certification here in the United States, and we expect orders in the U.S. late Q4, early Q1. So we're very excited about the Acumen contract.
Wow, I'll bet you are. Uh, Give our audience a flavor for the type of customers, the type of clients that you've already retained, and the different industry sectors that are beating down your door to get your product and use it.
Okay, that's a really good question. So the first what I want to say is that we're able now to deliver a audio experience that normally you would have to ship a file 10 to 20 times higher in data content to receive that experience, which nowadays with the internet constraints, it really is not feasible, and the cost also. So we're now seeing traction with, the major streaming services are now talking to us because now we're able to deliver an audio experience where they can ship a smaller file size than they are shipping right now, and it gives that audio experience to the consumer in a file size that they ship 10 or 20 times larger, which they feasibly cannot ship. So we're getting a lot of traction right now from streaming. On top of that, we debuted at CES in January of this year in an automobile and basically proved to the world, doing the MaxD HD audio experience, that you now truly can have an audio upgrade in your car that is not hardware-based, that gives you an experience that you normally pay thousands of dollars for in a car. And so now we're receiving traction from the auto industry, and we're in talks with those folks right now. On top of that, we're seeing several other different entities coming and talking to us now. We have had the movie industry now poised and ready in the post-production area to now use our MaxD boxes for movies, and we're hoping to get those deployed to them in the near future.
Can we take a peek into the technology that gives you this breakthrough experience?
Sure. Well, the technology was invented by a gentleman named Lloyd Trammell, and he actually is a partner here in the company and works every day with us. And he started developing this product about 15 to 16 years ago when basically he noticed, we had degradation in audio quality when the MP3 came out. So, this is a gentleman that basically invented the first working surround sound system and sold it to Hughes, which became Hughes Audio, and then Hughes Audio sold off and became SRS. He also worked on a team that invented MIDI for Chord, which MIDI is still, a digital audio recording experience as we know today. And he's one of the top sound engineers and sound designers voted by his peers, top 3 or 4 in the world. So, he does know audio, and he knows what it should sound like. And what he has done is he has built basically an algorithm that sees all of this data and says, I know what you are and I know where you belong, and real-time dynamically it restores and replaces it exactly where it belongs, and it reshapes and rebuilds the wave sign that was lost due to the compression.
Wow. Is there anybody else that's coming close to you with this kind of technology?
We're seeing several companies out there that now are trying to do what we do, and here's really the nuts and bolts of it all. When we apply the MaxD technology to any type of other audio experience, we absolutely make it sound better. So it doesn't matter who it is or what type of audio experience they've created. When we apply MaxD to it, we make it sound better. So obviously we're doing a better job.
Yeah. I would imagine you're first and foremost in your industry sector. Hey, we're about out of time on this segment. Are there any events or ways that people can experience this online?
Yeah, the way to experience online is just to go to maxsound.com right now, and you can go there, and there's lots of demos that you can hear. And if you're going through a computer, make sure you plug in some headphones or something like that so that you get a good audio experience, because computers don't have very good speakers in the first place.
Are you going to be at any of these conventions coming up? Any physical events that you're going to be at?
Right now we're scheduling some financial conferences, and we're looking at moving into some areas. Right now, as far as we see, that we know we will be at CES in January 2015, debuting the Acumen video phone.
Wow.
And as we announce events, we'll put it up our site and we'll issue PRs.
All right. Well, let's take a break, John, and we'll cover the VGL licensing agreement on the other side, all right?
Okay, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. We'll be right back with John Blaisure, President, CEO, Max Sound Corporation, symbol MAXD. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us, broadcasting to you live on the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM Clear Channel Studios, streaming on iHeart as well as yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined on the show today with John Blaisure. He is a president and CEO of Maxsound Corporation. John, welcome back to the segment.
Thanks, Michael.
My pleasure. All right, now on May 29th, you had another licensing agreement, VGL. Tell us about that.
That's right. We basically now have the rights to a compression technology that is supported by patents that are already issued that allow us to take 100% of data and ship it in 3% of the file size.
Whoa.
So imagine what that means.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about economies of scale globally on what I just said. Now, remember, these are patents that are issued. So this is not patent pending technology. This is issued patents.
Right.
And we're very excited about this acquisition because it just runs right down the road that we're going, which is about taking, the highest quality of data, whether it's audio, whether it's video, whether it's just standalone data, and being able to deliver it in a smaller size.
Wow.
But at the end user, deliver 100%.
Wow, you just knocked the bottom out of all the costs that are associated with producing, audio files that come across. Let's say the streaming this show on an audio file basis, it's not that big of a deal. But when you start taking a 97% reduction in the file size and passing it through to the end user, you just knocked out a good 60-75% of the cost to stream a video show?
That's correct. I mean, we literally see this, as a game changer for our company.
I'll say.
And we see that this again, it falls right in line with who we are and what we do. So we're very excited right now about this agreement, and we look forward to having some very positive results in the near future because of it.
Have you had a chance to work with any companies that are using streaming technology so that they can avail themselves of this great reduction in cost? That's about the biggest cost you've got out there is when you've got the audience pulling these streams down from you. You get to pay for it. Yeah,
and then again, we are under NDAs with a handful of companies right now that are in this business, and I'll take you to a news article that came out about a week ago about Netflix talking about the problems they were having now with being able to ship so much streaming content and the problems they're having with the internet. So it is a real problem, and as streaming video and streaming audio becomes more prevalent, and it is, we're seeing streaming music and streaming video just growing at alarming rates right now. And so the internet's finite. It's the pipe's only so big.
Right.
And so he who skins the cat is going to be the guy that figures out how to put more data in a smaller space, faster down that pipe. And so this technology allows us to do that.
Wow. Well, let me drill down on that for a second on the technology side. You're doing that. Are you also doing that with the streams that people use on their cell phones as well as their laptop, their desktop, things like that?
Yes, yes. This video projection phone with Acumen is a perfect example of what that technology represents. Without that technology and those patents, this phone would not be able to do what it does.
Wow, that's amazing. Hopefully I didn't miss this, but when are those phones going to be available for people?
We expect the first ones to go out in Q4 of this year.
Okay.
And again, we're right now the Acumen is going through certification in Asia, and all new phones. That's what they have to go through, and they're looking at about another 60 days of certification. So we should be ready for orders in Q4, no later than Q4 for Asia. And again, that's with Singtel. Singtel is the largest carrier in Asia, and they have 550 million subscribers. So this phone truly. When I pull it out of my pocket and push a button and put a 10 by 10 foot video screen on the wall, people cannot believe it, even while I'm doing it. I mean, it truly will be the must-have phone for 2015.
Oh, that's the way to go, because you can stream movies, stream shows, and then the communication between people back and forth. That video content is going to come through without any chatter, without any packet drop. You're going to revolutionize the way people watch television and film.
Yeah, can you imagine? Just imagine your kids who now watch movies and videos on tablets or devices or on screens in the backseat of your phone. I mean, on the backseat of your car.
Yeah.
They can now project that anywhere they want with the phone they carry in their pocket. And then imagine gamers with Bluetooth keyboards and joysticks. They can now game anywhere they want. Imagine you and your friends, you could watch a football game, sit in a room and put the phone up and put up a big screen on the wall and watch a football game.
Wow. There's endless applications for this, and that's just scratching the surface. How big? Tell our audience, give them an idea how big that, in dollars and cents wise, how big that market really is.
Well, we saw what iPhone did when it came out,
Yep.
and it took over the market. And we still know that iPhone carries about a 45 to 50% market share here in the United States. But we also know that Android has been carving into that space globally and here in the United States. So we see that this device literally is going to have the demand that possibly an iPhone had in the very beginning, because it's just so unique, and that people will want it. And everybody that I show it to, I mean, they literally they say, "How do I get that?" Just like our audio. Where do I get that? So, we see this having high demand. We see millions and millions of units going out on the first launches, and we see them just trying to keep up with supply and demand right now.
So let's answer the question. When this comes out, are you going to have, do you have to buy it online, or is it going to have it in stores? Or tell us if you can.
Yeah, basically you'll be buying it through the carriers.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be going into their stores, and imagine you walk into a cellular phone store, and there's a phone over here that's the same size as the other one you're looking at, and it's, basically has the same features. It's got 64 gigabytes of memory, 2 gigabytes of RAM, but it has 2 SIMs, which means you can have 2 phone numbers simultaneously on the phone working at the same time, okay? It's got an 8-megapixel camera. It's got a 2.8 aperture, which means it'll take a much more vivid picture, whether it's video or standalone. And it basically has about 10 hours of talk time, and you can play a 3-hour movie on the existing battery that's on the phone.
Whoa, wait a minute. That's a breakthrough. A 3-hour movie on your cell phone.
That's correct. And literally, because of the Bluetooth capabilities now, the speakers, you can literally create a full home theater experience and Bluetooth it to a speaker bar. Bluetooth it to a smaller speaker, and the next thing you know, you've got a full Max HD audio experience along with a full HD video experience up to a 10 by 10 screen. And imagine the screen can go as small as you want. You can do a 4 by 4 inch screen, or you can go 10 by 10 feet.
Wow. That is just amazing. You're going to this is breakthrough technology. I'm just speechless of what you've done. Oh my gosh! All right, we are about out of time, and I know that all of the audience is going to definitely want to get their hands on your phone. Acumen is the name of it. Fourth quarter, you said?
Fourth quarter. That's correct.
Wow. All right, contact information so people can find out more about this, and please put me on the list.
Sure, and you can go to maxsound.com and obviously experience demos and latest news about us. And you can also go to Acumen, again, AKYUMEN.com, and you can learn more about this amazing phone.
Wow, John, thanks so much. I'm just so pleased that you've solved this through the VGL licensing agreement and the Acumen agreement. Just keep the good work up, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. John Blaisure, President, CEO, Max Sound Corporation. MAXD is the stock symbol, and maxsound.com, and Acumen, AKYUMEN. And special thanks to Monk Media and 1-800 Public Relations for all their media, publicrelations.com, for all their media and PR support. We'll be back again at 2 o'clock for market updates.